Jose.
What is J2 Studio? That is a question that no one seems to have a definitive answer to. But here are the facts that we do know. January 18th of 2023, a Vogue article was printed in celebrity style with Jamie Campbell Bower and a photo diary for the YSL show. Though this article is now locked behind a paywall, you can see at least one photo at the top of Jamie Bower, and if you look at the very bottom left-hand corner you can see the photo is credited to J2 Studio. If you head on over to Jamie Bower's Instagram account and scroll down a little bit, you can find this post from 2023 that also credits J2 Studio for these photos, and another post with only one photo but credit to the same place, J2 Studio. Now if you head over to Jessica Moloney's Instagram account you will find this post. I believe these photos were all found in the original Vogue article, something which was not always locked behind a paywall. There may have been more than this, I don't recall, but all of them are credited to J2 Studio according to the caption Jess put on them. Here's where we get into the speculation part, because none of this has been confirmed as fact. It is mere educated guesses based on what we do know and circumstantial evidence. The following is just a theory, not fact. Since both Jess and Jamie's names start with the letter J, one could speculate that this J2 Studio would have to be a combination of the two of their names, Jess and Jamie plus the word studio. Jess Moloney, other than having her management company, is allegedly the co-founder of another studio known as Ice Studio. I say allegedly because her claim to that title seems to be dubious, at least in my opinion. So logic would probably dictate that this credit would be for a studio that Jess and Jamie were planning on opening and perhaps running together at some point. However, no matter how long and hard I've searched for any additional information or even photographs credited to this studio, there isn't any. There is also no evidence of a business being registered in that name. There has also been long-standing speculation to the idea that Jess and Jamie's relationship problems started around the time of this specific YSL show or shortly after. Evidence to support that includes that Jamie stopped taking Jess to events and conventions with him very shortly after this fashion show. It was also around this time that Jamie was unfollowed by YSL on Instagram, even though he had been a long-standing partner with them, and YSL unfollowed Jess as well. Jamie was not invited back to YSL the following year, but he did ghost Jess for the entirety of 2024, leading to even more solid evidence that they probably broke up at the end of 2023. I do want to remind people that there is no definitive proof that they broke up at the end of 2023, no public statements from either party. Just that Jamie's behavior of ignoring Jess the entire year would at least indicate that may be the truth. So what can we deduce from all of this? If we were going to form a theory on what may have happened, and what J2 Studio was, my personal opinion is that J2 Studio was meant to be a business venture that Jess and Jamie intended to enter into together, but something happened around that time to stop the process entirely. What that thing was can only be speculated on. Some might say that Jamie found out that Jess wasn't entirely genuine about her business prowess and discovered that as the manager of her own company, she had been losing money, not gaining it. I would like to point out here that based on financial records from Jess Moloney management, we can plainly see that in 2023, her company hit a major decline and went into the red. So that much is factual, and I did cover it in a previous video. As to why it went into the red, there is no explanation, but perhaps it had something to do with J2 Studios. In theory, she potentially got a business loan to launch this new studio based on the alleged success of her own business, but it fell through when Jess and Jamie broke up. Or perhaps the significant loss of funds in 2023 had nothing to do with the J2 Studio venture. Whatever the case may be, it does seem like Jamie potentially dodged a bullet here by not seeing this studio into fruition, especially now that all the red flags have appeared between Jess and her business partner, Rinel Medrano, when it comes to the Ice Studio brand. Chances are, we will never get a full explanation on what happened with this, what J2 Studio was ever meant to be, or why it didn't happen. But in my opinion, this is yet another thing to add to the list of reasons to believe that Jess Moloney isn't the intelligent businesswoman she presents herself as on social media.